Man, oh man. I feel like I need to clarify some things in my last video. What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay Styles coming at you with another video. I feel like I need to clarify a couple of things that was said in my last video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm putting a link to my last video down in the description below. Please check it out and then come back here if you're also confused about what I'm talking about. Anyways, 2020, man, it's been a year, hasn't it? It's been a year. But like every other year, we can endure it and we can push through and we can persevere and prevail together. That's what it's all about. As for the clarification, let me say this. Whew. If I look like the person who can say that I don't see color, then you don't know me at all. I mean, I do not get offended at like anything. Like, believe me, like it is hard to offend me. And like, man, let me tell you this. Whether the shade that you are is beautiful. It's awesome. It's dope. It makes you you. And I love every moment of it. I love every moment of looking at you. That sounds a little weird. Forgive me that I said that. You see, I see color. I acknowledge it. But that's not really what makes you, you. And that's what I want to talk about here today. Your workmanship, your talent, your listening skills, your art skills, your speaking skills, your intelligence. And more importantly, the love that you give to other human beings. That's what I focus on. That's what I love about the people that are around me. All different colors. That's truly what I focus on, really. You could be black, blue, purple, white, orange, indigo, beige. I can care less. When I see you, yeah, I see what color you are. But I can care less about that. I'm going to focus on the important things about you, as I said earlier. But overall, while I'm focusing on those important things, just know that when I meet you, I already love you. It's not race or color that unifies, it's love. I never said that Black lives never mattered. I didn't say that, wow, I want one race to die and one not to. That's not what I would never say that. I love everybody. I mean, it's kind of my job as a pastor, as a Christian, as a human being. Love's supposed to be flowing out of me. What I was talking about was the fighting, the rioting, the looting, the guilt that people are putting on different races. Different races of all colors, not just whites, but all the other races. They're feeling guilty. And honestly, that's not right, no matter how you see it from any side. I mean, you guys are all beautiful in your own way. Really, you're truly amazing, all in your own way. But all this hate is really, really distracting us from the main goal, and that's to love one another. You know, a family member actually just lost a lot during the rioting and the looting. And the thing is, she's not even from this country. And a couple days ago, she came over and tear stains all over her face. Losing tens and thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff. About to be able to reopen the next week. And she says, hate doesn't drive out hate. Why can't everyone just love each other? I mean, this is someone who wasn't even born in this country, saying that America just needs to learn to love each other while we're here. And it's honestly the truth, guys. We need to learn to love one another. You know, as a Christian, I follow Jesus. And when he died on that cross, that is the message that is to flow from my heart. The message of the cross. The message of true love that just came out and poured out all over all of us. Doesn't matter what race you are. Doesn't matter what color you are. Doesn't matter where you came from. Doesn't matter what class you are. The message of the cross also belongs to you too. Because it's true love. And that's what we need to be doing here in America, is loving one another, being there for one another. The message of love is never anti-white, never anti-black, never anti-Asian, never anti-Mexican. I've had friends and family members from all races, and I love them so dearly. Sat in my room the other day and I just cried my eyes out. Went to go preach yesterday to my youth group. I was in my office for a good 45 minutes and I was writing up a sermon. I cried my eyes out and I prayed for this country. My God, allow us to break this barrier of hate, Lord, and allow us to love like you love us. Guys, that's what we're missing. We're missing love. You're beautiful. No matter what person hates you or looks at you and hates you, no matter what they think, you're beautiful. There's qualities about you that no one else can replicate. And they're never going away, because that's what makes you, you. Those are the greatest qualities about you. Guys, as a country, we can do better than this. If we stood together as one in love, oh man, we would be able to do anything. But I know that seems so unrealistic. But let's start here. Let's really start with ourselves to see where our prejudices are. It may not be skin. It may be a way that a person acts, or a way a person feels, or what a person does. Let's start on working here and say, you know what? How can I check and examine my heart to see what I need to change about myself, about loving a certain type of person? During this whole thing, I've never heard a single person say that George Floyd's death wasn't brutal, wasn't terrible. It was awful. Let me just say that now. It was heartbreaking. I can't even describe it. No. A sane person couldn't say that killing was justified. Not at all. There's nothing justified about that. And I'm glad that the officers are paying for that. And they will pay for it. Because justice will be served. It will be. Especially with us banding together in peaceful protest. That's what's creating the change, guys. But during this peaceful protest, some people seek to act out and destroy people's livelihoods and take something away. Most of those people hate themselves or hate other people. That's not right. The good protests and the bad protests / riots and looters shouldn't be mixed. That violence is making America look even worse. It's only spelling out the hate in people's hearts. To those who have felt like they've been oppressed or have been oppressed, you have every right to feel like that. And for those who are standing with those oppressed people, stand with them as well. But that doesn't give us the right to go harm others in the process of it. There's peaceful protest in the middle of this, and we're capable of banding together to do it. I've seen them. It's beautiful to see the peaceful protest. It's a breath of fresh air to see some good protests on the internet. Every time I'm scrolling on the internet, I see white man bad this, black man bad this, police man bad this. Yeah, I get it. I get your heart. But a certain type of person doesn't make up for an entire race or entire group of people. It doesn't. That's not what this is all about. There are good people and there are bad people. And believe me, while we have all these good people together in peaceful protest, we will weed out the bad people. We will. The ones who are out there peaceful protesting are doing the right thing. And change is gonna happen. But don't become the very thing that you hate by acting out in unjustified violence. America, we're better than that. We are to love each other, and we are to hold on to one another. As the protests continue, those who are peacefully protesting, please stop the stupid ones. My gosh, if you see someone about to do something stupid, call them out. Call them out, because they just need to go home. They're not helping anybody. They're not helping the cause. It's making everything look worse. And again, as a Christian, I believe it's sin, not skin. The God who created you beautifully. You look good. Just know that and live in that. But also really matters about what's on the inside. That's what matters the most. Not by the color of our skin, but the content of the character. Because they're amazing. Also, we really owe it to George Floyd's family about keeping love in these protests. Hate looks so ugly, guys. So let's go out there and love one another like we're supposed to. Because that's what we're called to do. As human beings, we're called to love one another. Here's my final message to people who've been oppressed. It is hard to forgive. It really is. But that's the true way of healing. Any therapist will tell you that. It's not just from a pastor's point of view. But seriously, it will heal a lot of scars. Love through those enemies. Hit them with so much love that they never could ever expect it from you, you know? Got my words a little jumbled up there, but you know what I mean. And those people probably didn't know that they're hurting you. Some of those people probably didn't know they're hurting you. And if you address it, maybe they'll begin to understand. But overall, love through your enemies. Man, because they need it too. Just like you need it. And another thing, I'm sorry for the bad people who have hurt you so much, for you to act like this, to be so angry. Just know that you didn't deserve that. That those things shouldn't have happened to you. And I'm praying for you. But seriously, that's what it is. Good and bad people. Good and bad. Not black versus white. Not black versus Mexican. Not white versus Mexican. It's just good and bad people. But we gotta love. That's all we gotta do is love. People who are standing with the oppressed, continue to stand. You're doing a good thing. But love them through it. Don't feed their hate. Continue to love them as a person. What they're going through, you probably could never understand. And especially as a Bible-believing Christian, make sure you love them enough so they can understand where you're coming from. So before I go, guys, love unites, love casts out fear, love drives out hate. And seriously, you guys are amazing. I can't tell you enough how amazing you all are. So go off loving one another. Go off and treat one another with respect. Let's make America look awesome. It's a giant melting pot for all of us, so I love you guys. Jay Styles, out. Peace.